Welcome to the Athletic Center here at IPFW. Tonight's game between the IPFW Lady Dons and the Northern Kentucky Lady Norse. Tonight's game features two teams with winning records, 17-6 for the Northern Kentucky University Lady Norses and Lady Dons at 15-8. Tonight, my counterpart for tonight's game, Assistant Athletic Director Dan Gebhardt. Dan, what do you look for tonight between two very fine teams here in the GLVC?
Well, Mike, thanks for having me again tonight. Look for a real exciting game. It's a real important game for both teams. Both teams are still in the running mathematically for an NCAA bid. The object there is to finish in the top four in the region. Neither one are there, but they're both right on the edge. I think Northern Kentucky in the last rating we saw was 5th in the region, and IPFW was 8th and could move up depending on what they do. So it's a very important game. The Northern Kentucky Lady Norse won the first game down in Northern Kentucky. It was early in the season for us. We felt like we weren't playing very well in the conference at that time. Terry's made some adjustments in her lineup and is looking to play a very quick lineup with a lot of young kids and hoping to get back in the ballgame tonight.
We'll go to the public address announcer for the starting lineups of tonight's game between IPFW and Northern Kentucky. To remind you, we also at 7:30 have the men's game between Northern Kentucky and IPFW. IPFW men's team looking for an NCAA bid. And so there you have the starting lineups for tonight's game.
Mike, I think we're going to see a really balanced attack from Northern Kentucky. They've got four of their 5 starters are scoring in double figures. They got a playmaker out there, a 5-foot sophomore, and Melissa Stone, and she's obviously going to handle the ball for them. And we look for really exciting things. The women from IPFW have been playing really well lately with their freshman group, so we'll see how we do.
Northern Kentucky in the black and gold, and IPFW in the white jerseys. Northern Kentucky controls the tip. Playmaker Melissa Sloan for Northern Kentucky handling the ball. Sloan inside. Missed. Rebound. And she puts it up and in. Cindy Schlarman The senior 6 foot from Fort Thomas, Kentucky, gets the first bucket of the ball game. You're watching Channel 23, IPFW Basketball, your exclusive connection to IPFW Sports. Judy Guest from the outside, and she cans it. Judy Guest gets her first two. We're tied at 2-all with 19:15 left in the first half. And a strong move inside by number 22, Linda Honigford.
Mike, the last two times on the court, I think, are what we're going to have to look for from Northern Kentucky. Honigford and Schlarman are their two big scorers. They're big inside. They're going to be getting a lot of rebounds, and so that'll be real interesting to see how IPFW combats that height on the inside.
Honigford, 6 foot. Robin Scott fakes the pass and cans it. Robin Scott with her first two. We've got 18:37 left in the first half, and we're tied up at 4-all. Shot from the outside is long. Rebound, Northern Kentucky. That shot's long. Rebound again, Northern Kentucky. Holly Coffin with the last rebound. Shot inside, and a strong move by number 22, Lena Honigford, and that's her 4th point of the ball game. 6-4 now. Northern Kentucky on top. Robin Scott fouled by number 31, Cindy Schlarman. It'll be Schlarman's first foul.
Well, in this first 2 minutes here, Mike, again, we go back to that, and we keep repeating ourselves, or I keep repeating myself, but Northern Kentucky is just controlling the play inside the paint, particularly at their offensive end. IPFW has got to make an adjustment to do something about that.
Pass from out of bounds, touched last by Northern Kentucky. IPFW will retain it. And Judy Guest will take it out of bounds. Guest inside to Lisa Miller, and Lisa Miller gets it rejected by Linda Honigford, but a foul is going to be called. Lisa Miller averaging 16 points a ball game, the leading scorer for IPFW, only a freshman also, and she is from Bishop Dwenger High School right here in Fort Wayne. Pleasant surprise for them this year.
Terry's got to be real pleased with the way her freshman. She's starting 4 freshmen tonight, a sophomore, so the future looks really bright. Obviously, she doesn't want to give up anything this year, and she's really had some of these freshmen grow and mature just exactly as she'd hoped they would.
Lisa Miller gets her first point after missing the first free throw, and it's 6-5 now. Northern Kentucky on top with 17:55 left in the first half. Melissa Sloan with the ball now for Northern Kentucky. IPFW playing man-to-man defense. Sloan inside, and a holding foul is going to be called on Lisa Miller. Holly Kaufman will take the ball out of bounds for Northern Kentucky. Seconds on the shot clock. Intercepted by Robin Scott. IPFW on the move. Tina Manier to Lisa Miller, and Miller can't find anywhere to go with it, but is fouled by Melissa Sloan.
But what keyed that whole play was Robin Scott made the adjustment at the defensive end there, sagged in the middle off of her, the person she was guarding, and was able to clog up the middle, and when the pass went inside, she was able to intercept and start the fast break.
Judy Guest, the ball's batted out of bounds. IPFW will retain it. 17:20 left, 6-5. IPFW down by 1. We've got a fine shot of the floor right now. Guess inside to Robin Scott, and Scott can't get it to fall. Rebound, Lisa Miller, and what a strong move.
That's been Lisa's surprising asset, Mike. She's leading the team in rebounds, or second in team rebounds, and is has just been something we didn't expect from her.
Lisa Miller with 3 quick points, 7-6 now. IPFW has taken the lead, 16:50 left. Inside, can't get it to fall. Another rebound for number 22, Linda Honigford, and she's got 6 points. 8-7 now, Northern Kentucky on top. Pass inside, we're going to have a foul called on Linda Honigford, and that's going to be her second foul, which could be a story later on in this half.
Well, that's real important, Mike. Obviously, they've been controlling the inside play, and if we can get a couple of their big girls in trouble, that could be real important for us as we move through the game here.
Honigford averages 14.3 points a game, and she's going out of the ball game and will be replaced by Christine Freppen. Pass inside is lost. Good defense by Northern Kentucky. Not much height lost, Dan, in the exchange between Freppen and Honigford. Freppen being 5'10".
No, and the point production doesn't go down very much, and the rebounding actually goes up a little bit with Freppen coming in.
Errant pass by IPFW picked off by Melissa Sloan, and she's going to take it down the court, set it up. IPFW still in the man-to-man defense. Move inside, and the shot is missed. Rebound, Lisa Miller up ahead to Amy Newhouser with a super pass to Judy Guess, and she gets it to fall. Credit the assist to Amy Newhouser. 4 points for Judy Guess now. 9-8, IPFW is taking the lead once again. Back and forth we go. 15:40 left in the first half. Backdoor play. Number 21, Christine Freppen, gets her first 2 points. Could have been a traveling call, and it is a traveling call on Tina Manier.
Just hurrying a little bit too much. The thought was good, get the ball down, try to beat the big girls down the court, but it was a little bit out of control. Couldn't get the pass off before she walked.
Northern Kentucky on top now, 10-9. Melissa Sloan wide open from three-point territory, and she gets it. 13-9 now. Northern Kentucky on top. Little Melissa Sloan, that is. 1.9 points a game she averages, so she just about doubled her scoring average on that one shot.
And she's actually not shooting very well from that range, only 18%, but she didn't look like she misses many of those on that one.
Pass inside to Robin Scott. She makes a strong move to the side on Cindy Schlarman, that is, and gets it to fall.
Well, it was a nice inbound pass. Robin had blocked her guard off, and we were able to get the ball over the top for an open shot inside.
Trapping defense by IPFW, and it rolls off the hand of Christine Freppen. IPFW will get the ball now and can tie it up. Tina Merrill enters the lineup for IPFW, the senior. Number 22, she's a junior, that is, excuse me. Seems like a senior, as young as this team is. Robin Scott. Foul is going to be called on number 13, Amy Middleston, that is, and she picks up her first foul. She just entered the ball games, the tallest woman on the floor at 6'1".
You made a comment there, Mike, that I think is very pertinent with this IPFW women's team. They're very, very young. They have nobody graduating this year, and as we said again, that they started 4 freshmen and a sophomore, so the future certainly is bright for this team.
Robin Scott gets the first one to fall. She's got 5 points, 13-12 now. IPFW only down by 1 with 14:28 left in the first half. Good look at the bench for IPFW. A very deep bench indeed. Second free throw was good by Robin Scott. She now has 6 points, and we're tied all at 13. Drive in the bucket by Natalie Oakes. Melissa Miller with the shot. Long. Rebound. Tina Merrill. Amy Newhouser to the side. Inside to Robin Scott. She misses it. And the rebound by Christine Freppen. Cindy Schlarman. Over to Natalie Oakes inside at number 21. Christine Freppen. And Christine Freppen made a nice impact here so far, replacing Linda Honigford, their star. Blocking foul is going to be called on number 13, Amy Middleston. And Robin Scott could be on the shot. We don't know yet.
IPFW is trying to turn an asset of Northern Kentucky and their height into a detriment as far as we're concerned, and that's getting the ball down before they can. And so far we've been fairly successful in doing that. We've got to convert, Mike. We can't afford. It's nice to get those fouls, certainly, but we need to be able to convert and get a three-point attempt at each of these.
Robin Scott gets the first free throw. It's now 17-14. Northern Kentucky on top by 3. 13-19 left in the first half. Robin Scott at the line. And she misses the second one. Offensive foul going to be called on Christine Freppen, and IPFW will get the ball back.
More importantly, Mike, that foul only, even though it's only Christine Freppen's first foul, it's their 7th team foul, which puts us in a 1-1. And right now, IPFW is third in the nation in free throw shooting at 76%. So this could be a real big impact with 13 minutes left here in the first half, shooting the 1-1 already.
Robin Scott has shot 4 free throws so far this ball game. This will be her 5th one, and she gets it to fall. And Robin Scott has 8 points here in the first half with 13:07 left, 17-15. Northern Kentucky with the lead. And Robin Scott gets the second one to fall. She's got 9 points here. And it's 17-16 now. You're watching exciting IPFW women's basketball here on Channel 23. First of a doubleheader. Shot is short and rebounded. Number 21, Christine Freppen again, and she'll have a chance for a three-point play.
Tina Merrill got caught out of position there. I'm not sure that was the person she was guarding, but she tried to overreact, and Christine Freppen was able to get the ball up and get the foul and get the shot. So.
Right now, the height advantage looks like Northern Kentucky is winning the battle inside. And she gets the roll. Christine Freppen with 7 points, a steal. Northern Kentucky gets the ball back, and Mrs. Sloan will set the offense again. Blocking foul is going to be called on Judy Guess, or that is Stacy Leatherwood, who just entered the ball game. But IPFW has 4 fouls to give before Northern Kentucky is in the bonus situation. Move there by number 31, Cindy Schlarman, but she couldn't get it to fall. And down court we go with IPFW, and the fast break layup for Judy Guess just missed. Rebound Northern Kentucky. They're up by 4, 20-16. Pass outside to Sloan into the wing. Sloan will set it again. foul shot by Natalie Oakes, and rebound IPFW. Up ahead is number 20, Dawn Harbaugh. Pass over to Merrill. Merrill, one of the leading three-point shooters in the GLVC. Harbaugh takes the shot and hits in and out.
Well, that ball was 3/4 down, Mike, before it popped back out.
And another three-point attempt by the little Melissa Sloan. Can't get it to fall. And rebound Stacy Leatherwood. IPFW on the move again, trying to cut into that deficit of 4 points. 20-16. Northern Kentucky on top. And Judy Guess finally gets it to fall. Good pass from Tina Merrill. 20-18 now. Northern Kentucky on top by 2. Shot is short. Rebound, Dawn Harbaugh. Robin Scott with a pass to Stacy Leatherwood. Can't find anywhere to go with it, and it's picked up nicely by Natalie Oakes, and Northern Kentucky gets the ball back. Natalie Oakes gets the bucket. That's her 4th point. 20-18 now. 22-18. Northern Kentucky on top. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. Shelly Sands just entered the ball game for IPFW. Tina Merrill just inside three-point territory and gets it to fall. Merrill with her first 2. Merrill averages 13.5 points a game. Now a 22-20 ball game. Good defense by IPFW. We're going to get a foul called finally on the rebound. Cindy Schlarman will go to the line, and they're going to call the foul, looks like on Lisa Miller.
That was a very good help defense on that first shot, Mike, but you're right. It's trying to get back into position, reaching for the ball. We weren't able to do that without a fouling there. That's Lisa Miller's second, and we certainly don't want her to get too much foul trouble here early.
And a block from behind by Tina Manier. Up ahead, Lisa Miller. She's going to go all the way and gets it to fall. Miller now with 5 points. IPFW has just tied it up at 22 all. Little Tina Manier with the block down at the other end of the court, and now Lisa Miller gets the rebound off the miss by Northern Kentucky. Up ahead to Manier, and little Melissa Sloan gets tied up now with good hustling play by Amy Newhouser and Melissa Sloan. They'll be tied up, and the possession arrow goes to IPFW. Pass broken up by Natalie Oakes. She's going to push it ahead. And an errant pass inside, lost by Northern Kentucky. Recaptured by number 25, Holly Kaufman, but she's called for double dribble, and it'll go back over to IPFW.
A little bit of ragged play here in the middle of the first half, but again, both teams are hustling. IPFW has been able to make some adjustments defensively and still being out-rebounded, but they're doing a better job there, forcing Northern Kentucky to move their offense out a little bit higher, and they're not shooting very well from out there, Mike. If they can't get the ball inside, it looks like they're not that good a shooting ball club.
Team Manier threw up a prayer, and it wasn't answered. 22 all now. Shot from the side, number 23, Val Gerke gets her first 2. Robin Scott just inside three-point territory. Rebound, number 23, Val Gerke, and Northern Kentucky with a height advantage and the rebounding advantage so far this ball game. Another offensive rebound, and we're going to have a tie-up. It'll belong to Northern Kentucky on the possession arrow. 24-22, Northern Kentucky on top. A good defensive battle so far here in the first half. 8:18 left. What a move by Cindy Schlarman. A lot of strength there in the middle. Judy Guess almost could have been called for traveling there, but gets it away to Lisa Miller. Over to Newhouser, inside to Scott, broken up. 26-22. Northern Kentucky can increase the lead now. And a jump stop by number 23, Val Gerke, and she's got 4 points now. And now a 6-point lead for Northern Kentucky. Robin Scott's going to go all the way and throws up the shot. It's no good. Rebound Northern Kentucky. Now a steal by IPFW. Picked up by Tina Manier. Amy Newhouser over to Manier. Northern Kentucky with a hand on every pass. Shot by Newhouser. Short. Rebound Miller. And she's going to be called for the foul.
No, they're going to call a foul against her. They're going to put her on the line.
Yeah, check that. Christine Freppen called with a foul.
Actually, I agreed with you, Mike. I thought they were going to call that and be Lisa Miller's third foul, but gave it the other way, and Lisa will go to the line shooting a 1-and-1 here.
Lisa Miller, an excellent free throw shooter. Perfect form in the first one. Lisa Miller now with 6 points. Jennifer Needhammer just entered the ball game for IPFW to neutralize some of that frontline strength by Northern Kentucky, and she can definitely neutralize. Needhammer, 6'1", only a freshman from Evansville. Tina Manier called with a foul. That's her first. IPFW still has 2 fouls to give before Northern Kentucky is in the bonus situation. They're down by 5, 28-23 with 6:40 left in the first half. Pass broken up. Last touch by IPFW. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Northern Kentucky still with the ball. And wide open inside, number 31, Cindy Schlarman, and that's her 6th point. And now a 7-point lead for Northern Kentucky. And now we have a timeout called by IPFW, and so far, Dan, the front line scoring and the power of Northern Kentucky just a little bit too much to handle. IPFW trying to push it down the floor to negate some of that, but only down by 7 right now.
I think we're seeing probably the best inside game of any women's team in the GLVC with this team. They obviously didn't lose very much when they got Honigford in early foul trouble, bringing in Freppen. And it looks to me as if they're the best. Now, we've seen some good individual efforts from some big people inside this year. St. Joe had a great inside player. But I think as a team, Northern Kentucky is much better than any team we've seen inside. Again, I think it's imperative that IPFW then make the guards handle the ball, take those shots. It doesn't appear that they're very good shooters from the 15 to 20-foot range. If we can do that, if we can box out, get some rebounds and get the ball down the court, that will make a real impact for us. What's happening, though, is that we're so conscious of that height inside, trying to help, that oftentimes we're leaving our man go. They're able to lob the ball over and get it inside for an easy layup or a foul. At this point in time, we really haven't fouled very much, Mike. We only have 5 fouls as compared to their 7, and they had 7 very early in this half. So we've got to get to the free throw line. We've got to convert. We've got to be patient offensively. We're a much better shooting ball club from the perimeter than they are, and we need to do and look at getting the ball inside when we can.
Well, 7 of the 12 players dressed for Northern Kentucky are 5'11" and over. And that's a rarity in Division II women's basketball to have a height like that in Division II. Shot clock was down to 2 seconds, and Amy Newhouser just got it off, and it's missed. Rebound Northern Kentucky, 30-23. They're up by 7, 5:50 left in the first half. An easy shot missed by Cindy Schlarman. IPFW with the rebound. Newhouser's going to take it all the way. What a drive by Newhouser. That's her first 2. 30-25 now. Northern Kentucky on top. Pass broken up, and the last touch by Northern Kentucky. IPFW will let it go out of bounds, and belongs to them.
Well, we got 5 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the half, Mike, and it's important that we stay within striking distance. We're only 5 down. Got a chance to cut that lead even further, but it's very important for us to stay. You give a team like this with a lot of strength inside, a lot of confidence if they can go into halftime with a pretty substantial lead.
Shot by Manier. Rebound, strong rebound by Robin Scott, and what a beautiful pass to Amy Newhouser inside. Good unselfish play by Robin Scott. 30-27 now, Northern Kentucky on top. Shot miss, rebound, Needhammer. 3-on-2, IPFW. And a foul, much to the dismay of IPFW fans, is going to be called on Needhammer on the push-off.
Much to my dismay, Mike, I really thought that Robin Scott was fouling the shot, and not sure Jennifer fouled there. It looked like a nice defensive rebound at the other end. Jennifer was very strong, came down with the ball. We've seen tremendous amount of improvement from her this year. If we can get that from her the next 3 years, she'll be a major impact in this program. But that's, as we've talked before, that's a difficult job, those black and white shirts out there on the court.
You're watching IPFW basketball. This is the women's game, and at 7:30 we'll bring you the men's game between Northern Kentucky and IPFW. Channel 23 is your college connection to IPFW sports. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Neely, along with Dan Gebhardt, the Assistant Athletic Director, bringing you both games tonight. For Northern Kentucky, Julie Metzner will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 bonus, 30-27, Northern Kentucky on top. And she gets the first one. 4:10 left in the first half. And Metzner is perfect on both, 32-27 now. IPFW down by 5 points. Tina Merrill with the ball, over to Tina Manier. Judy Guess at the wing. And a three-pointer by Tina Merrill. We've been waiting for that. She hasn't been open much, but when she's open, she'll can it.
Well, she got herself square. She was able to come off the pick, square up to the basket, take a nice effort there, and she's a very good outside shooter if she can get that time to set up and take the nice, strong shot to the basket.
5 points for Tina Merrill, and we have knocked the lead down to 2 now. Northern Kentucky on top, 32-30, 3:46 left in the first half. And Natalie Oakes gets the bucket with 6 points now for Natalie, 34-30. Northern Kentucky on top. And what a move by Robin Scott. Robin Scott with 11 points here in the first half. Shot is long. Rebound, number 12, Natalie Oakes. And we're going to have a foul called. And it's going to be just the opposite of what I called. It's going to be on Natalie Oakes.
Actually, Mike, I think they just called her on the out-of-bounds line there. I'm not sure, but it doesn't appear that they called a foul on anybody there.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here, Dan. You're watching Channel 23, IPFW Basketball, your college connection to IPFW Sports. And a steal by Oakes. Northern Kentucky up ahead, 34-32. They had the lead. 2:50 left in the first half. And another steal by IPFW. Judy Guess recovers. Merrill from three-point land. Got it. IPFW has just taken the lead now. 35-34 with 2:25 left in the first half. Eight points for Merrill. Foul's going to be called on Judy Guess. Looked like a clean block, Dan.
Well, and again, the fans thought that too, Mike. And from the top, I think it was a clean block, but I think she got it with the body down low, and that's a difficult thing for us to see, and we obviously don't have the advantage of replay.
Yeah, the offensive player. Usually when they beat you like that, if you come from behind, no matter if it's a foul or not, you're going to get it called. Julie Metzner will go to the line now to shoot two shots.
She hit two from there just a moment ago, too.
Way to go, Dan. You jinxed her.
I'm pretty good at that. Both teams.
Yeah, right. Good look at Julie Messner. She gets the second one to fall. She's got 3 points. And a tie ball game it is, 35 all. A nice acrobatic catch by Amy Newhouser down at the end there. Inside to Lisa Miller. Shot by Robin Scott is long with a good pass from Miller, but Robin Scott couldn't get it to fall, and a rebound goes to Northern Kentucky. 1:45 left in the first half. 15 on the shot clock, but that doesn't matter when number 31 gets the ball inside. Cindy Schlarman, unstoppable down low, with 8 points now for her, 37-35. Lisa Miller, shot, good move. Excuse me, the bucket was by Lisa Miller. Miller's now has 8 points. Shot by Oakes is missed. Rebound IPFW is tied up now. They can take the lead, and a foul is going to be called on Natalie Oakes. And Lisa Miller will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1.
We're really able to put them into a predicament, Mike, with our quickness. They believe, and they've been able to do a pretty good job of that by crashing the offensive boards. They can get second shots, but if they don't get that and we get the ball out, we can get down the floor much quicker than they can, and have been able to put them in some uncomfortable situations.
Now you saw the replay there. Natalie Oakes definitely got her money's worth on the foul. Lisa Miller now with 9 points. And she can put herself in the double figures, and I shouldn't have said that. IPFW does have the lead, though, 38-37, with 36 seconds now to go in the first half. Traveling is going to be called, and number 23, Val Gerke, just looks at the ref and says, "What? You got to be kidding." Seconds left in the first half. Tina Merrill with the ball, and she's going to take it long. Rebound, Northern Kentucky. They've got 14 seconds to put up a shot. 7 seconds now. They're down by 1. And the shot is good. And who else but Cindy Schlarman puts in the bucket. And there's no time left now. The first half is over. Northern Kentucky with a lead, 39-38. Cindy Schlarman with 10 points.
I'm not sure that wasn't a mistaken strategy there when IPFW had the ball with 31 seconds left in half. They could have run the shot clock down to the end, got the shot. If they hadn't made it, they would have gone with at least a 1-point lead. Now they go in 1 point down. But as we mentioned, with about 5 minutes to go, we've only got we're only down by 1. As we said, we needed to stay within striking distance, and we're there. So.
Okay, well, we're just going to go to the studio now for our halftime segment, and we hope you enjoyed the first half. We'll be back shortly for the second half action.
Hi, Coach Arnie Ball, IPFW Mastodon Volley. I guess it'd be the Volleydons, right? Okay, yeah. Ohio State, you got them back.
Yeah, we were real pleased to go over there, and after we've been over there a couple weeks ago, and they thumped us, we went over there and really pretty much controlled them the whole match. And with it being a conference match, it's the first conference match of the year, and being on the road, it's a real important win for us. And we're really pleased that indeed the kids went over and played well, and played real aggressive, played real hard, and did some nice things.
So what are you, like 2-1 now with Ohio State, and yet to play them again?
We're 3-1 with Ohio State, yeah. The first times we played them, it was in tournament situations, so you can't predict that indeed you're going to end up playing those teams. It depends on wins and losses and that kind of thing. So we're really only supposed to play them 3 times. The first time is a non-conference match, then we play them over there and play them back here. Conference match, so there are really only 2 conference matches. So yeah, we do have to play them again. They come back over here in a couple of weeks for our last conference match with them.
Okay, is there anything you want to maybe say to the team, or you want to congratulate them, or is there anybody in particular you'd like to just say, hey, thanks a lot for doing a good job?
Well, we're real pleased with our team effort. We are doing some real nice things offensively, and that comes back to the fact that we're passing the ball real well, which Jay Goldstein and Fred Malcolm do the majority of that burden. But offensively, Keith Niergarter is distributing the sets so that indeed the defense can't gang up on Jay, and the rest of the kids offensively are just doing a real nice job. And I think that's to be attributed to the fact that a lot of our kids have worked real hard. Tony Looney worked real hard over the summer. Tom Junkie, who's come in as a freshman and is playing extremely well for us. And the fact that practices have been very good, and those kids who don't get to play a lot have pushed the other kids. I think it's really been a team effort, and for that reason, we're doing well.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Coach.
All right.
Good luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you, Greg.
It's Coach Andy Piazza, IPFW Mastodons. How's it going this week?
Well, we're still a little hurting from last Saturday when we went down to Kentucky West End and we lost in the final minute of the game because of the fact that we're still in the hunt for an NCAA tournament bid, and we had to win all of our last 7 games in order to receive that bid. Now, if we win both games this week, we have to rely on 2 other teams in our region losing games in order for us possibly to get a postseason bid at this time. Southern Illinois Edwardsville is 20-6, and we need them to lose a game. Grand Valley State University in Michigan, who we beat earlier this year in November, is 21-5, and they would have to lose a game also. It's a shame that we could end up 21-7 and not receive an NCAA tournament bid, where last year in our region, Ashland was able to receive a bid with 18 wins and 3rd place in our conference. And a couple things happened. They rearranged the region. They added 4 more teams from Michigan. Ferris State's 22-4, number 3 in the nation. They're going to receive a bid, and Grand Valley also is very competitive this year. Plus the 2 independents, Edwardsville and Quincy, have won 20 games already. So last year, if this record had taken place last year, we'd be in automatically right now with 19-7. And had they not realigned the districts, the regions, we would have been in this year. But we can't do anything about those right now. All we can do is these last 2 games is win, beat Northern Kentucky Thursday and Ashland Saturday. Both games are home. We can end the regular season on a very positive note and let the NCAA committee worry about who's going to get in and who's not. Like I said, the kids were still a little down Saturday, because they put everything on the line. And with a minute to go, it was anybody's ball game. And and still we're 19-7 right now, and 21-7 would be winning 75% of your games, and anytime you win 20 games in any one year, your college program is considered very, very successful. And we forget 20 months ago when we arrived here, the program was last place in the conference every year and losing 20 games a year. And here we are less than 2 years later, and we're talking about winning 20 games a year. So the program's been completely turned around, and I'm just proud of the fact that our 4 seniors get to play at home these last 2 games, and Dan McClellan, Bruce Rowland, John Bowe, and Steve Bard, they've had outstanding careers, and I've coached them for a long time. Steve and Mac I've had for 4 years now. And John Bowe, I'll show you what kind of kid he is. He was Great Lakes Conference Player of the Week last week, and his second from last week of his college career. So his effort's still there, and I'm sure the pride factor will come out Thursday and Saturday.
Is there anybody else that surprised you this year?
Well, Bellarmine was a surprise in our conference. They don't have that many seniors on the team, and mostly sophomores. And they were 11 and 17 last year, and Joe Rob was just done a tremendous job with them, and they've won a lot of close games, have been very tough at home. So, and we lost them twice this year, and probably should have split with them at worst. So Bellarmine was a surprise this year. They're going to end up second place in the conference at worst and receive an NCAA tournament bid. Here they are 12th in the nation right now. So they've come a long way. So it just shows you in our conference that everybody beats everybody. That's another thing that's good and bad about our conference, is the fact that everybody's so good that we beat each other up during regular season, and all those losses add up and really hurts us come postseason time.
Okay, as far as not so much the teams, is there any one player on your team that maybe has surprised you?
Well, no, we have high expectations of all of our players, and some of the freshmen have really come through for us. Tim Vanderbilt has had a very good freshman year for us, which was going to be difficult at the beginning of the year because we play 4 seniors and 4 juniors, so he had to fit in with a very experienced upper class. And what we want to do is make sure we have enough young kids playing and contributing throughout the year so that next year there's not a letdown as far as wins and losses and the stability of the program. And the key is not rebuilding, it's just reloading. We'll try to sign 4 or 5 kids in April, and with 8 returning lettermen coming back, we hope to be in good shape next year also.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Coach.
Okay, thanks, Greg.
Hello. Please join us for the IPFW Mind and Body Workout every Tuesday and Thursday evening at 5 p.m. Please join us for the IPFW Mind and Body Workout every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30. See you then.
Judy Guess, what's your role on the team?
Mainly the wing player, which would be the shooting, well, sometimes the shooting guard. And my main role would probably be for the scoring, and of course to play defense on my girl.
And are you happy with your overall performance this year?
Well, I'm happy the way the team's playing, but I'm sure I could have worked harder. Well, maybe not worked harder, but I could have done better, which I'm sure everybody on the team feels the same way.
Are you happy with where the team's at right now?
I think the team's come a long way. I think we've been doing fairly well. Especially lately, we've played better as a team.
Okay, do you have any predictions or on-sites for the near future?
For the next 3 games, we should pick up the next 3 wins. And the Northern Kentucky game will probably be our toughest, but if we can get that, we should win the rest, too.
Okay, do you still feel that maybe the team has a chance to go to the NCAA?
We should, at best, we can finish 4th in our conference, and I think they only take the top 3, but I'm not real sure how that goes.
So it's pretty much get all you can this year and come back again next year.
Yeah, next year we should have a much better season, maybe finish in the top 1 or 2 of our conference, and then we should have an automatic bid there.
Okay, well, good luck and thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Coach Terry Rosinski of the IPFW Lady Dons. How are you doing today?
I'm just great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Okay, how's the team this year? I mean, so far this year, have you met your expectations?
Well, thus far we have. We're coming off a 2-game road trip, 2 wins, I should say. We played very, very well Saturday. I feel that we're starting to peak right now, and I don't know if everyone's aware, we're going with a younger, shorter lineup, and we've just been able to effectively run and pretty much to dominate teams as far as getting up and down the floor. They really haven't been able to stay with us. So right now I would say that we're beginning to peak a little bit. The kids, the freshmen, have finally matured a little bit. The sophomores are fulfilling, and juniors are fulfilling their roles. And I'm really pleased with where we're at right now. When we started this season, everyone knew I was going to have 7 freshmen, 3 or 4 sophomores, and 3 juniors. And they said, well, this is still a rebuilding year, and maybe you'll get 500. And I said, heck with that. I feel that we should at least win 15 games. So I'm not content with that at all. If we have 3 ball games left, and I feel that we better win all of those. I feel we have a real good shot at, especially the kind of basketball we're playing now. And we should conceivably end up 18-8. It's going to be a tough battle. We're going to have 3 very rough games on our hands, but I feel very optimistic about our capabilities and our potential. And it also, throwing in with that, this season has progressed very nicely, and I'm pleased, but the future is just looking fantastic.
Yeah, I think we'd all agree on that. Is there anything that this year has particularly surprised you more than maybe anything else? Maybe a certain player or...
Not really. I'll tell you what, it's just a matter of these players coming up to my expectation level as far as fulfilling their potential. I mean, Lisa Miller and Amy Newhouser, I knew they could flat out play. And it was just a matter, I think, first of all, it was a matter of seeing how these young kids are going to adapt to this level of play. And they have fulfilled my expectations and are playing excellent basketball right now in all regards, and I feel that we're just going to get better and better. The whole key to our success depended upon how they were able to make the transition from high school basketball to playing a major role in college basketball.
Yeah.
And they've done that.
Is it too early to tell me how recruiting's been?
Yeah, it's always a lot of hard work and a matter of beating the bushes, and I'm online with a few kids right now, but nothing concrete. It's just a matter of staying out there. I feel that another key to our continued success for me is going to be recruiting this year. And when we started the season, we really didn't know how many positions we would have available and things like that. But I'm looking to pull in at least 3 or 4 high caliber people, just like we did last year. And I feel that the future has no limits as long as we continue to work hard and everyone continues to work hard this summer. And, there's no boundaries to what we can achieve.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, and good luck to you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Greg, am I supposed to be on the air right now? Welcome back to the second half action here. IPFW Lady Dons taking on the Northern Kentucky Lady Norse. And so far here in the first half, what we look for in the second half, Dan, would you say we'd definitely have to contain their inside game or what?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'd say, Mike. I think that we hopefully made some adjustments at halftime. We surprisingly were only out rebounded 20-18, which really surprised me. I thought the advantage would be much more in the favor.